Welcome guys to the first video of the series ethical pen testing, and today's video will be focusing about setting up of our environment basically, and you can expect other videos to be coming soon from beginner to very intermediate and then advanced level. So you can expect coming videos in a day or two. And so basically we'll be using Kali Linux environment on a virtual box actually, and below you can see there will be just two links there, first for the Kali Linux download and other from the for the virtual box. So you can see in the video as well. Here you can see the Kali Linux has provided us different versions on their website, and we got to download the one that meets our specifications basically. I'm on a 64-bit system, so I would be using HTTP either a torrent server to download it. I prefer HTTP, so I would be just going and downloading it as an HTTP. It's nearly 3.2 GB, and I'll just save it. I have already downloaded it, so I'm just canceling it here, but you can just save it. Next is the VirtualBox website. You got to download the VirtualBox from its original website. I remember it's nearly 160 plus MB. Yeah, it's 167 MB, and you gotta save it same as you have done with the Kali. Okay, just click. I have already saved it. I'm just canceling the download, and then you will have them on your desktop screen. Okay, as you can see here, I got the VirtualBox set up, so I'm just running it. The procedure is very simple. You gotta click next, 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 and then one step is very crucial. That's the setting up of network driver. Let's proceed in the setup. You can see. Okay, first click on next. Yeah, I know. Welcome to Oracle. Okay, now we don't need to interfere here. Just click next. This is something regarding to drivers, and it meets your original configurations by itself. Okay, now again click on next, and this is the network interfaces. Actually this will have a reboot of your network and IC cards and blah blah blah. So just click on next, next, and then install. Be sure to not to interfere with any of the settings of the virtual box, as it may create some problems later on. There we go. We have a small pop-up here. We gotta consider it as install option. Yeah, we need to install every particular software that's associated with the virtual box, and you can see a shortcut of virtual box has been created on my desktop. Well, that's a positive sign. Yeah, we are good to go now. Click on finish button, and now just we need to run the virtual box. Okay, here we go. We have the virtual box here. This is the main interface of the virtual box, and I'm maximizing it. Just wait a minute. Okay, so now we just need to add our Kali machine, and just click on machine and then new basically. I gotta set it up its name, then the type, it's Linux type, and version is the most latest one, that's 4 into. Yeah, here you go. Then click on next button, and this is the memory size, how much of memory RAM dedication you would be giving to the Kali Linux. Basically 1 GB is good, 1024 MB it's good, and I'm using the same. You gotta create a virtual hard disk, and the type is VDI, and then it would be dynamically allocated. That means it will be changing itself as soon as the time consumes it more and more. By default I would be giving it 20 GB of spaces. You could give it more, but 20 GB is sufficient for me and most of the distros, Linux distros. Okay, you can see basic is done. Now we need to go into settings, and we gotta configure it more. Okay, here we have the advanced settings. You can see everything that's in the general has been set up already. Okay, we gotta go to system, and I'm deactivating floppy because I don't have any floppy attached to my system basically. And you gotta enable the extended features as well, and one CPU is the processor limit that I have given to my system. And we are good to go with the display section. Now you gotta enable the 3D acceleration for better content, and 1024 is the video memory dedication for the Kali. I'm giving it preferred. Monitor count, you can increase that as per your requirements. And then is the storage. You gotta click on controller, then insert the requisite file. That's the Kali image basically, that's in your downloads folder. For mine case it's in the desktop, so I'm just inserting it from here. Okay, then you gotta go to the audio section and just check out everything is fine. In the network section it must be NAT as the adapter, and in the serial ports there's nothing to view. Here you can just have a overlook of your USB ports and blah blah. Okay, just make a random check again that everything is fine. Chipset is okay, good. We have video memory, yeah, graphics controller set as default. Okay, it's good. Yeah, everything is fine, so we are good to go now. Okay, now everything is fine. Image has been loaded. Just click on the start button. It will take some time depending on your processor as well as the RAM consumption of your CPU, so just wait. Okay, here we go. In the background it has been originated actually. Here you can see the Kali main screen of installation. Here are many options. Just go to the graphical install because it's very user friendly, to be very honest. But in some cases you will be having live installations, and some cases you will be having install only. We'll be discussing those cases in deeper context later, but now we are just focusing about the installation, noob friendly installation. So we gotta just graphical install. Set up your language and location. Okay, it's set up. I'm in India and we're good to go. Yeah, the keyboard is American. Yeah, now this will just auto detect its components from the zip file that we have loaded. Basically that's an ISO file, but that's compressed. Let it load its component. Okay, gotta wait and wait. Basically, if you're on a network and you want your machine to be identified as a specific name, you can give it a name. But mine case, I'm using it at my home, so I won't be giving it a name, so that servers could have a look on me. Basically, I'm just having the continue option to be pressed. Continue. Now this is the host name for me, and this will be the name identifying my system. So I'll be just typing in a sec546. Okay, now the domain name is an interesting, but I don't have a domain name, so I'm just clicking on continue again. This is the default password that will be asked to you when you're logging into your screen. Okay, just set it up and remember it carefully. Okay, the configuring clock and detecting disks. Okay, I think we are good to go now. Partition. Okay, starting up partition. Use the entire disk is the best option, and it's guided, so we gotta go for the guided. And this is the memory allocation that we had defined for the virtual machine. All files in the partition, yeah, we gotta delete it. Okay, it has partitioned it by default as primary and logical. Okay, yeah, you gotta format it, just format. We're gonna click on continue, continue, and continue. Okay, we have installing the system. I'm skipping that part, and after installation, there would be a dialog having you the network configuration. Just click on no, because if you click on yes, that means you have particular internet access, and then you will be needing the internet access probably for the setup to continue. But in while pressing no, the apt package won't be configured in the setup as well by itself, and they will be configured later in the system when we use it. Okay, now we have, after this, when we click on no, basically be sure that you click on no if you don't have internet access, otherwise the grub bootloader would be failing to install. Now you can see this grub bootloader that helps the Kali Linux to boot basically is being installed. Okay, on a hard disk, yes, it would be using the virtual hard disk that we had created. Okay, just select it and click on continue. Okay, you can see the grub bootloader is installing and installing. All we gotta do is continue. just check the bright options and proceed ahead in the video while installing it. Okay, the installation is about to finish and we got a firing up Kali, I guess very soon. Just wait. Okay, you gotta see the dialog again. Installation complete, and now press on again the continue button. It's just finishing the installation and removing the live packages of Kali Linux installation. Okay. Okay, our virtual machine is now restarting as a gesture that the installation is very complete now, and this is the Kali interface while it initializes its components. And now we gotta wait because this is the first time we are using Kali on our system, and since it has to initialize its component for the very first time, it would take some time. So we gotta have a little bit of patience there. Okay, we'll be just skipping the patience part to make this video a bit concise. And the first screen we would be having in front of your eyes is the username entrance. You gotta enter the username as default because it's set up by Kali, not that one that you had entered while installation. The username by default is root, ROOT, and not the one that you had set it up in the installation phase because Kali by itself makes it as root, and the password is same that you had set up in the installation. We gotta change our username later on, but by default it's as root. The password is the one that we had set up while installation phase, and I'm gonna enter my password here. Okay, now we are good to go. And here is the main screen of Kali. You can see we are done with the installation, and now we are good to go with Kali Linux 2019 edition. Okay, we gotta just have a look at its terminal and the application that it provides. Just let me make it as full screen first. Okay, yeah, switch to full screen. Yes, the virtual machine. Yeah, I gotta switch to the full screen mode. Okay, there you go, and I guess that's it we had in the first video of this series, pen testing with Kali Linux. We gotta move ahead in the coming videos while using these shells of Kali Linux based on a VM. And please join our Telegram channel. The link is given below in the description, where you could ask any of your doubts and get rare clarification by our mentors. So heads up, next, let's meet in the next video. Thank you.